Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about Litecoin, DOT, Doge, and XRP. And we'll just mention HBAR real quick. Basically, we have a bunch of altcoins that have high probabilities to have ETFs approved this year. Oh, and Solana. Can't forget about Solana. But I am super bullish on Litecoin and DOT, and we're going to talk about those mainly in this video. So let's first start with Bitcoin, where we're at in the market right now. So we've had the big downturn from whatever we want to call it, tariffs, market manipulation, it could be a lot of different things. So that's what we had, this big drop. I have been adding to my leverage positions. So let's go through that real quick. I have been adding heavily to my Bitcoin and my Litecoin position in the dip. So my Bitcoin position, I added 1, 2, 3 times to my leverage position. I only have a 3x. My Litecoin position, I added 1, 2, 3, 4 times on the dip, and we've seen a beautiful pump out of Litecoin, so that's pretty sweet. I picked up a SUI position, big fan of SUI, and I picked up a DOT position in the downturn here. I did pick up a Tau and a Solana position, but I got stopped out in the profit. So I like to, as soon as I try to open a long, if I get up against the position, I like to put my stop loss, as you can see right here. You can see my stop loss right here. So I like to basically put that in the profit in case we get a downturn, and I can close this position without losing anything and just gaining a small amount of money. So super bullish on Litecoin. My price target for Litecoin is about $690. I think we can hit that price if we get an ETF, no problem. That'll give me $153,000 in profit if we can get to $690 with this leverage position here. So that is my goal. That's what we're talking about here. And let's go. So how many Litecoin ETFs have been filed already? We have Canary Capital, CoinShares, Grayscale, Hashdex, and Toodle. And then in terms of likelihood of which ones are going to be the highest chance to get approved, we have a 90% chance of getting a Litecoin ETF. That's why the price action has been so strong. And not to mention that Litecoin is probably the closest thing we have to Bitcoin as a competitor. I know some people get mad if I say competitor, but what I mean by that is I think it is the second best cryptocurrency. I think it has everything you would want in something to store your value, to be able to use it, send it, store it. There's only 84 million. It's proof of work. There is a lot of amazing things about Litecoin. If you want to see a deep dive on Litecoin, I made a video where I spend a lot of time going through all the pros of Litecoin and how close it is to something like Bitcoin. And then Dogecoin, Solana, XRP, and DOT and HBAR are two other ones that we have had ETFs submitted. So we have Polkadot, Grayscale Polkadot ETF, a 21 shares Polkadot ETF, a VanEck ETN, and Binomial DOT futures. So we have a lot coming for DOT as well. That's why I picked up this DOT trade. I'm up 30% already. I opened it just yesterday when I saw the news that DOT was getting an ETF submitted. And so I opened a trade right about here in this little breakout here. And at the point of that, I opened a 3x trade. We were up 11, so it's 33%. I added a little bit more. So that's why the percentage is not 33. But yeah, so that's what's going on. And I woke up this morning and man, Litecoin had a huge pump. So this beautiful, glorious pump. And then the awesome part is if you go look at Bitcoin dominance, you go look at ETH dominance, and you look at Litecoin dominance. Look at the difference. Bitcoin dominance was about even this morning. Now it's 0.2%. ETH dominance dropped a little bit, and Litecoin dominance up 10%. That means Litecoin grabbed 10% of the market share. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It went up 10%. So that's pretty sweet. We went from, down here in the 0.29 all the way up to a 0.33. Nice little 10% leap here. And Litecoin dominance has been growing, and it's kind of rounding and starting to head up. So it's very interesting. Let's look at the Litecoin versus Bitcoin chart. And you can see we've been holding very well for all the way back since the early beginning of February here, and we've been rounding off this here for quite some time. So you can see ever since like June of last year, we've been in this range for quite some time. We actually gained against Bitcoin. We lost a little bit, and it looks like we're going to start curling up and gaining more against Bitcoin again. If we get any sort of an alt season, I think Litecoin is going to perform massively, just absolutely massively. And if we go look at even the risk curves for Litecoin, my bear case is that my literal bearish case for Litecoin is that we hit almost $1,000. If we get an ETF, I think we could hit potentially even like $2,000, which would be pretty insane for Litecoin. I know this is a big jump compared to what we've seen in other cycles. So if we go to Litecoin here, this is kind of the last couple cycles here. I have been a Litecoin investor since all the way in 2017. I've held a lot of Litecoin for a long time. Unfortunately, I bought a lot near the top. I was buying a lot around $300. The price obviously came down a lot. I bought some more. And then in 2021, I didn't sell any or buy any. And then I have been accumulating a lot of Litecoin in the $100 to $120 range recently, picking up a lot more. And of course, increasing the size of my leverage position on Litecoin because I am super bullish on it. I will continue to add to this position. And I am looking for a pretty high price target. As I was saying, I'm looking for, to sell somewhere in the $600 range, if not all the way up to $1,000. So if we get a pullback here, because this was a pretty big rocket candle, if we get a pullback here, I will add to the position again. Again, I am super bullish on Litecoin, so we will see what happens. It's cool to see the Litecoin dominance going up so much compared to Bitcoin dominance, and even as ETH dominance goes down. So that would be really awesome if we get a ETF, and I think we will get an ETF for Litecoin. I think because of the new, government and policy on cryptocurrency, I think, we're going to get a lot more of these ETFs approved. I think we might get all of them approved. We might get Dogecoin. So let's look at some of the other ones that I've been talking about. Let's look at DOT and talk about potential price targets. So here's the DOT chart. You can see that DOT was all the way up here at $54. Right, $54 for DOT. That would be an insane run up from here. That would be like 1,000%, right? So that'd be a massive run up. If we go back to this risk chart and we look at Polkadot, you can see that the risk curve says that we could make it all the way up to $89 for DOT. That would be an insane trade. That would be a really insane trade. So even my little trade here, what did I just say that was? $89. So even my little baby trade here that I only have $650 in, if we got to let's just say $80 just to make a whole raw number. I mean, that's 33 grand with only $600. So if we could make it that high, I mean, that'd be pretty sweet. So if you want to try out leverage trading, just be careful. It's risky. Use low leverage. You can lose a lot. So just make sure that you are very careful when you use it. Don't use a big percentage of your portfolio. But I got links below to Bitunix, BTCC, and BYDFi if you want to try leverage trading. It's legal everywhere. So anyone can do it. So if you do want to try it out, feel free to check that out. But that'd be massive. I mean, that'd be a big pump. And then if we look at Dogecoin as well, what do we got going on for Dogecoin? So Doge is all the way down at 20 cents. And I think we could easily hit $1. Easily hit $1. So if we look at the risk curves for Dogecoin, what do we got here? So we have about $2.30. So that would be a massive pump. And again, if we get ETFs, I think we'll be able to hit these numbers. So $2.30, huh? Wow, that's big. That's huge. Let's way up here. So if we're all the way down here, $2.30 is about 1,000% gain as well. So it'd be pretty insane. It'd be pretty insane. I don't have a Dogecoin trade open currently. I probably should open one, at least a small position here, because we haven't really seen any sort of a Doge pump yet. But if we get a ETF, it's going to pump Doge like insanely. So I don't know. I do have a decent amount of Doge, but I might try to look to pick up some more. You can see we're actually kind of down on the hour, surprisingly. So we're down, whatever, a percent on the hour here. So I don't know, maybe it's a good time to accumulate a little bit of Doge. It has been bleeding because it is a meme coin, but it's kind of a little bit different because Dogecoin is proof of work, and it's one of the oldest meme coins. You know, it's the biggest meme coin. It's one of the oldest. So I don't know. This one is definitely interesting for an investment if you're looking to pick up something while prices are low here. So I think that's pretty much all the, I guess XLM could potentially have an ETF, XRP and HBAR. So these three are very similar coins. Obviously XRP is the strongest coin in terms of market cap. It has the most investors in it, the most amount of money in it. And you can see, you know, a lot of people are hoping for an XRP ETF approval. XRP has already had a huge run up from 50 cents. So, you know, the risk is a little bit higher on XRP in my humble opinion. And if I look at the risk curves, it also shows that, right? Because this is basically saying that XRP can only double from here, right? So max of like $5. So, you know, that's interesting to look at and make sure you're looking, or make sure you take that into effect here. So if I look at like Stellar, for example, you know, we're at 29 cents and we could hit to $2, right? So that's almost a 10x, right? I mean, that's like a 7x or whatever. So that's getting close there. And then if we look at Hedera, which is HBAR, we are currently at 20 cents as well. And this one could go to $1.30, right? So these, you can see a lot more than a 2x just because the market cap is much smaller. Now, of course, if XRP does somehow get full-on adoption, it's been using in every single bank. The problem I have is people are saying that XRP is going to go to like, you know, whatever, thousands of dollars. And just because of the market cap, that's not really possible, right? Because if people, even if people are using it to send payments, they're not going to just hold XRP, you know, billions of dollars of XRP all the time, right? They're going to use it to transfer, and then they're going to, you know, not hold it anymore, right? Because they just transferred their XRP. They're just going to buy their XRP, transfer it, and then that's that, right? So I don't see how people can get these ridiculous price targets. I really do like to use these risk curves because it allows me to basically make selling decisions, buying decisions based on you know, numbers, and I don't have to take my emotions into it, right? So ADA is another one that we could potentially see a pretty big run up, almost a 10x from here in terms of risk curve. So those are the ones that have ETFs approvals that have been submitted, a lot of them already. So these are the ones that I would be investing in if you're looking for something that's a little bit less risky and still has a high chance of having some very nice gains. I am probably the most bullish on Litecoin out of all of them. So yeah, I mean, and then SUI I'm bullish on as well, even though this one does not yet have an ETF submitted, right? So coins like Binance probably will never have an ETF because it is an exchange affiliated coin. But yeah, ETFs usually drive a lot of investment into coins. You know, it didn't really work out that much for Ethereum in terms of ETFs, but Ethereum did kind of go through a big change from proof of work to proof of stake, and I think that's kind of just hurt the price in the long term. I also do think there's a lot of market manipulation trying to hold the price of Ethereum down, because usually the altcoin market starts with Ethereum. I don't know if that's maybe no longer the case anymore. A lot of people were calling for Solana to replace Ethereum, but I don't know, we'll see. So that's my opinion on a lot of these coins. We got a lot of ETF approvals coming soon, and that's going to be it for the video. Again, if you want to do any leverage trading, feel free to use the link in the description below. I'm a huge fan of Bitunix. You can put all your spot on here and trade against it basically for free. And of course, do remember that leverage trading is risky, so be very careful. Use low leverage and use a very small position compared to the relative size of your portfolio. Otherwise, you can have the risk of getting your entire account liquidated. So be very careful. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. If you do want to join the Discord or anything like that, feel free. There you go. Litecoin dominance. Let's freaking go. You can also put a video in if you want to suggest any videos. You can go to this channel here. Feel free to join the Discord. Sign up using my link for Bitunix or BYDFi. They have a trading competition right now. That's it for the video. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys.